Okay, so welcome back. We are working on a side quest. If I recall correctly, we still have the poltergeist and the graves to investigate for Beryl. I think that was her name, the occult leader person, club leader. So that one's there. The other one's probably in Trista because I'm not seeing anything. Hello. You're Reen from Eustace's class, right? That's right, and you're Paula from class 5, I assume. This might sound weird, but I'm currently looking into these mysteries surrounding the school. Have you heard the rumor they're calling the Hidden Graves? I have. That's the one about the dead rising from their graves on the field, right? Lambert and I found a hole on the field a while back, but the only thing to come out of that was an exam with a bad grade. Seriously? Yep, seems like someone couldn't deal with getting a score that bad, so they tried to put their test 6 reg under. They didn't even bury it, though. They just dug a hole and tossed it in. We filled it up since someone could have tripped. But with a grade like that, you could say the only grave our culprit dug was his own. Yeah, that joke was so bad I couldn't even force myself to laugh. That aside, thanks for the info, that was a big help. Alright, so let's head on into Trista. Aha! Wait, who's this? Hello? I can't think of a better person to ask about the upper class dorm. Excuse me, would you mind if I ask you a question? Oh, of course not. How can I help you? So I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy. There's one story about a poltergeist in this dorm, but would you know if there's any truth to that? I do, in fact. Some of the more experienced maids told me all about it. I've even seen it for myself. You've actually seen the poltergeist? Not quite. There was a much simpler explanation behind all the havoc. As the story goes, plates are broken and utensils strewn about the kitchen, right? But these things happen when girls try their hands at cooking for the first time. The kitchen can get very chaotic. This tends to hit its peak in May when more of them want to practice for their cooking classes. But I think a poltergeist makes a far more interesting culprit when people are sharing stories. Ah, that explains it. Thanks for clearing everything up. I'm glad I could be of help. And that's the 7th mystery elucidated. In the end, none of them turned out as spooky as I'd hoped, but oh well, I hope Beryl won't be too disappointed. Or will she? So let's head on back. To the Student Union building. And let Beryl know that nothing spooky going on campus. Looks like you finished your investigation. Can you tell me what you've learned? Sure, let me go through them one by one. So we told her the truth about each one of the 7 mysteries. I see condensation magazines, a test. None of these are supernatural at all. I honestly didn't expect any of them to be real, but the truth is even more pathetic than I thought it'd be. I agree. Although it's kind of interesting that people were able to make such fantastical stories out of perfectly ordinary things. I suppose that's true. Still, I'd like to thank you for looking into everything for me. So here you go. It's something hexed with one of my favorite curses. Thanks. To tell you the truth, I'm a little surprised none of the mysteries had anything to do with the old schoolhouse. It seems like the perfect setting for a good ghost story. I wonder why it didn't come up. I mean, we already know there are strange monsters in there. What are you talking about? Of course it comes up. In the real 7 mysteries, at least. What? Could you say that again? I couldn't quite make that out. I didn't say a word. Perhaps your investigation has gotten to you. I could have sworn I heard her say something about the real 7 mysteries. Oh well, it's probably a better idea not to get into it. Okay, so what to do now? I guess we'll go talk to the bike, right? Because the schoolhouse has to be saved for last. So let's go talk to our friends over here. Hello, Towa. Well, here you are. Irene, thanks for coming. Oh, hey, Towa. What brings you here? I needed a little break from work, so I came along to help George and Angie. We asked her to come along to help out with the request we sent you. Oh, so she's working on the bike too? Yep, the request is pretty much the same as last time. But with one key difference, this time we'd like you to ride with Towa at your side. By my side, don't you mean behind me? It would be easier to just show you what we're talking about. I believe it's time for the grand reveal. Wow. Impressive, isn't it? We call this the sidecar. Much like the bike itself, this was Aurora Institute of Technology's prototype that George put the finishing touches on. You can probably tell, but the sidecar lets other people ride along with you, though it's much closer to riding in an orbital car than it is like being on a second bike. That's pretty interesting. So you want me to do a test ride while Towa sits in this sidecar? Yep. That means I'm in your care, Reen. Try not to crash or anything. Right. I'll make sure everything goes smoothly and safely. Oh, don't worry about that. George and I have already done all the necessary safety tests. The goal of this test is to get a fresh perspective, just like last time. That's right. Be sure to give us as much feedback as you can. That goes for you too, Towa. Okay. So, do you have time to go for a ride? Sorry, Reen, I'm always keeping you so busy. Oh, don't worry about it. How about you, though? Do you have the time? You seemed pretty busy yesterday. Thanks for worrying, but I'm fine. I got most of my harder work sorted out yesterday, which means I've got time to spare today. As you can see, George and I are ready to go whenever you are. We'll work to your schedule today. Thank you. Well then. Start the testing right away. Why don't we get started right away? Great. Let's get everything set up then. We're doing this on the nearby highway, aren't we? Yep, same one Reen tested the bike on last time. So how does it feel to be in the sidecar, Towa? It's exciting, but I'm a little nervous too. Knowing Reen will be driving puts me at ease though. Thanks. Oh, Towa, please don't say things that will make me envious like that. Now I have no choice but to send Reen home and ride with you myself. Sorry to cut you short here, Angie, but I can't let you do that. Remember, we chose those two for a reason. Same test as last time, right? Starting to ride, shifting gears, and coming to a stop? Does the sidecar change things at all? Actually, yes. The main changes are the increase in weight and a different center of gravity. Those two things will have a huge impact on how the bike operates. I'd recommend you approach this as a whole new experience because it's definitely going to feel like one. I would never have guessed. Okay, what will we have to do? Basically, when the sidecar is attached, you end up veering off towards its direction while you're accelerating. By the same token, when you're slowing down, you'll end up veering off in the opposite direction, which changes things a little for your tests. Starting to move, we'll pull the handlebar to the left, so make sure to turn it slightly right to advance to compensate. Next up, when you're shifting gears, you'll need to turn the handbar slightly to the left when you disengage the clutch. The same goes for bringing her to a stop, but the extra weight means she's going to be harder to slow down, so be sure to hit the brakes earlier than you did last time. Will do. It's like a whole different set of rules. It really is, but you should be fine if you pay attention to what you're doing. My advice for you, Towa, is to believe in Reen and focus entirely on enjoying yourself. I think you'll have a wonderful time if you do that. Seconded. That should help motivate Reen too. How so? Well, think about it. I'll be happy knowing you're having fun, and I won't want to make any mistakes and ruin that. Oh, that's so sweet. Well then, here's hoping this will be fun for the both of us. That's the hope. Alright, I'm going to start up the engine now. This is also exciting. Okay, get ready. Angelica said I should turn the handlebar a bit when I start moving, didn't she? To the right, I think she said. Here we go. Phew, glad I didn't mess that up. Yeah, that was really smooth. And off they go. Yeah, should be fun to talk to them when they get back. So how is it? Does it feel different from when you rode alone? It definitely does. Angelica was right when she said it would handle completely differently. And that's not the only thing. Oh, what else is there? Oh, nothing. I was thinking of something else. I probably shouldn't tell her that the excitement of riding with her is a bigger hurdle than the sidecar. Okay, I think we're both used to this speed now. Are you ready to go a bit faster? Sure. Right then, let's switch gears. Which way did we have to turn the handlebar while switching again? I think it was to the left, wasn't it? Slightly to the left, not greatly. I need to disengage the clutch, then turn the handlebar slightly to the left, opposite of the way we drove off. Perfect. That went well. Thanks for the encouragement. Don't be silly, all I'm doing is sitting here. This really does feel nice, doesn't it? The view from here is great too. It's a much more refreshing experience than I would have expected it to be. Having you here with me makes it a lot more fun too. Oh, thanks. Okay, then I guess we're both done. It's almost time for us to turn back, so I'm going to slow down a bit. Okie dokie, sounds like it's time for the final test. Angelica said that the extra weight with the sidecar means I should take a different approach to slowing down. What was it I had to do? We had to slow earlier than usual. Brake earlier than usual. It takes longer for it to come to a stop with the extra weight, so I should put the brakes on earlier than usual. There we go. We stopped in just the right spot. I knew you could do it. Thank you, Reen. I had so much fun, and we still have the journey back to look forward to. I'm glad to hear it. Why don't we take a little break before we go back then? Sounds good to me. Seems things went well for the both of you. I'm impressed you could handle her so well with such different hardware than the last time you rode. Please, I'm blushing here. We really appreciate your help too, Toa. You ended up having a really good time, didn't you? I did. It was a lot easier to just sit back and enjoy myself than I thought. Of course, that's all thanks to Reen. Not at all. The fact that you trusted me and were able to enjoy yourself kept me focused on doing a good job. I always trust in you. So today wasn't anything special. It's nice to hear you say that, though. It tears my soul to say it, but you two make for a good pair. I was about to say the same thing. Well then, that finishes up the test. Let's head back to the engineering building. Thank you both for all the great data. Your feedback should come in handy when I'm tuning the thing. Always glad to help. You're planning on entering that data into the computer, right? Would you like me to help you organize all of it? Really? That'd be a big help, but... Are you sure you have the time? Aren't you busy with your preparations for the trade conference? Wait, Towa's going to the trade conference? Oh, right. I haven't told you yet, have I? The truth is, the Imperial government requested that I go along to help out the major players. As such, I'll be headed to Crossbell for the trade conference as an assistant to the entourage. The entourage attends to the Empire's representative during the meeting, right? And you're assisting them? Yeah, it'll mainly involve helping out with the paperwork and scheduling, I'd imagine. I don't think I'd be much help, to be honest, but the government did ask. Towa's received a ton of job offers from all over the country lately. Everyone's just waiting on her to graduate. The trade conference invite is the government's attempt to sweeten the deal. Unbelievable. Does that mean you're planning on moving into government work instead of the military? Oh, I still haven't decided yet. I'm kind of doing this just to broaden my horizons. And apparently all of this is because of the trouble in Heimdall last month. The government took a real interest into how quick and efficiently she evacuated all of the civilians. That explains it. I'd say Class 7 ended up doing a lot more than I could have ever done. I even had help from Angie and Crow, too. Even then, it was thanks to your instructions that we were able to split up and handle everything so efficiently. If you did decide to enter the military, I think you'd make a splendid commander. If they'd have a uniform small enough to fit her, at least. Hey, no teasing allowed. Either way, best of luck. I'm sure we'll be in the middle of another field study by then, but I'll be praying that things go well for you. Thanks, Serene. Whoa, this is starting to look way too much like a sappy 10-mirror novella. Just let me step in right here and keep you two from stumbling into badly written fantasy. What kind of novellas are you reading? Was it something I said? Now, asking questions will only encouraging her. To change the subject before this gets out of hand, thanks for helping us test out the bike again. This is for you. Volcanic Rain. Just glad I could help. See you later, Reen. Good luck investigating the old schoolhouse, too. Au revoir. You'll be the first person we ask if we need any more help. Hello, Reen Schwarzer of Class 7 speaking. It's Sarah. You knocking out those requests for the student council? Yeah, I've made my way through several of them now, and I'm just getting started on the rest. Nice. I've got something to talk to you about, so come along to the faculty lounge when you can. I'm not going to take it out on your grades or anything if you don't show or anything, but it's just a personal thing. Later. Didn't even wait to hear my response. Oh well, I suppose I should go meet her in the faculty lounge when I get a chance. Alright, so down here. What could she want from little old me? Ah, there you are. Seems like everything's going smoothly with the student council. For the most part, yeah. Glad to hear it. I'm almost finished with another day's boring paperwork here. Want to skip this joint and head into town? You can treat me to a couple of beers for being such a dedicated teacher. Yeah, for some reason, I see the school frowning on that. You never cease to entertain, Reen. So Nineheart let it slip that he gave you guys some kind of special training last month. Wait, what are you... Oh, you mean those swimming lessons. Exactly. I've been pretty pleased at how much all the guys have been improving their times. And then boom, I find out it's all because of Nineheart's meddling. I'm still fuming. Do you know how much crow I was eating when he bragged right to my face? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What's the deal with those two? It's like they're locked in some mortal struggle to outdo each other. Well, if that's how he wants to play it, the gloves are coming off. I'm going to hold special girls-only lessons. And you're just the man who's going to help me out? But you just said it was girls only. Oh, but I need you, Reen. I need you to tell all the juicy details about what Nineheart's been drilling you on. So, you're free right now, right? I suppose. I almost regret saying it, but I am. Splendid. Tear off your clothes and get into swimming suits. Go gather up all the girls and tell them to meet in the gymnasium. Huh. So what sort of training will we be doing here? It hasn't escaped my notice that only us girls are here too. What sort of training indeed? I'm more worried about the wandering gaze of a certain boy in our midst. Well, things happen. Listen up. Instructor Rean is going to tell us all about the secret training Neidhart's decided to give in the guys. Did you know he actually held a special workshop just for them? Doesn't it burn you up that none of you were included? Not really. Knowing him, it was probably just needless exertion. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. He seems like the kind of guy who likes boring monologues and macho training sessions and that sort of stuff. Well, you don't really... Why don't you tell us how you really feel? Alright, let's start off with this so-called man-way method of his. What does that involve exactly? Ooh, that actually sounds pretty cool. The general idea behind the man-way method is that people put more effort into things when they can beat other people at them. First up, we'll have Rean the Mean Machine show us how it's done. Go ahead and choose who you want to square off with. You know, just Rean is fine, really. Okay, I'm stuck here anyway, might as well make the most of it. Laura. You're a great swimmer, Laura. Would you mind going first? I've been hoping for the opportunity to have a proper match with you. I accept. Ooh, do I smell the flames of competition? Let's throw some fuel in that fire. Ready, and go! Alright, we probably have to do the minigame this time, I'd assume. Triangle and circle. Alright, let's see if we can pull this off. Did I lose? I think I lost. Damn it, I'm so close too. I think it's because I got one little thing missed. Kind of annoying. Can I get a rematch? Yeah, let's get a rematch. We gotta win. We must win. Can't let Laura show us up. Did we win? There we go, we won. Perfect. Unbelievable. I never realized you were this strong of a swimmer, Rean. It might have been a fluke. I've seen you swim before. On your good days, you'd leave me eating in your wake. Fluke or no, you scored a win on that one. Anyway, get back over here. We're not done yet. Not even close. So, what did Neidhart have you guys do after this? Well, the first part was having us all go head to head like we just did now. After that, he pushed us to our limits, swimming the length of the pool within just 30 seconds of rest between laps. In terms of distance, I'd bet we ended up swimming well over 5,000 Arj. That's crazy. Now that's what I call a long distance swim. That sounds about right for a regular training session. Maybe for you, Laura. Blech. The distance doesn't really bother me, but I don't want to just swim laps back and forth. Boring. How about we play tag? Oh? I'm up for it if the rest of you are. Sounds fun. I'm not opposed to the idea. Yeah, I just hope a certain someone doesn't use fun and games as an excuse to get all grabby. Relax, this is me you're talking to, not Crow. I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, looks like everyone's up for a rousing game of tag. Woohoo! I'll be it first. And that's how the grueling training session devolved into pool games. Unfortunately for Porreen, his hands did end up in the wrong place at a wrong time once or twice, earning him everlasting shame. However, he nobly persevered, and it was that their novel training day came to an end. Oh boy. Well, hopefully Elisa isn't annoyed at us again. But we'll take a break here. Next time we'll head on into the old schoolhouse with Crow and Milliam and see what sort of dangers await us in there. So as always, thanks for watching. Till next time.